Hey guys, what's going on? Tyraco here, and I hope everyone's doing great. Now, yesterday I made a video talking a little bit about some unique champion gear sets, and talking on that note, this is actually going to be the first video of this, I guess, month-long series, maybe even do this a little bit longer. But the first video entrant, first person to message me was Quirkzilla, who actually, I think this is an awesome synergy. Now, this is on my account. I actually went ahead and leveled up the champions needed because, heck, I'm going to try them out. I'm going to use them. I've had a few other people message me as well. I'm going to try to get their videos out later this week. I think I'm going to put two unique builds in one video, and we'll do some votes on that. So if you have a unique champion build or a unique champion synergy or just something you don't think other players are doing, and you like to share that with the raid community, send me a DM on Discord, which is linked down below. We'll get that posted. It's gonna be a little competition. I'm gonna have a Discord channel set up soon for votes once we get a few people participating, and then there'll be some cash prizes at the end. So it's just gonna be something that's pretty fun. So with that said, today we're going to talk about another mistake inside of raid. I'm gonna test out a few different things to see where this actually works and how far the mistake actually goes. So the champion we're gonna be looking at today, I'm not going to tell you what the mistake is at first. We're going to do an example, and then you'll figure out what it is. So the champion we're going to be looking at is Umbral Enchantress. So as I go through these skills, leave a comment down below. What do you think the mistake is going to be? Or just wait and see if you're right, okay? So first off, we got the A1 ability, which is attacks one enemy, damage increases as current HP decreases. So she takes damage, she does more damage. Pretty cool. The ability 2, attacks all enemies, has an 80% chance of placing block buffs for 3 turns. Very good debuff right there. Very, very good. And it's all enemies. Perfect. It's 3-turn cooldown. Not bad. And it's, what is it? 80% chance. Book it up. 100% chance. Very worth the books. But this isn't a champion review, so let's not worry about that too much. Now, attacks all enemies, has an 80% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 2 turns, then places an unkillable buff on this champion for 2 turns, places block cooldown skills debuff on this champion for 5 turns. The block cooldown skills debuff cannot be resisted or blocked and cannot be removed. So where in this champion's skill set do you think raid went wrong? All right, let's go in here and test something out real quick. All right, so Umbral Enchantress, absolute amazing champion early on in the game. And what I want these videos to do, guys, is not necessarily just to be pointing out what's incorrect in raid. Like, that's not the main focus of this. The focus I want you guys to take from it is when you're reading these champion skill sets, and we've seen it with the Frenzy set before, don't necessarily take it for 100% face value, to be honest. I mean, do a little bit of testing. Like if a champion says one thing, test it out. See if that's actually the case. I'm gonna do Doom Tower stage right here, and then we'll throw in Umbral Enchantress. So I assume most of you guys are probably thinking right now, it's the ability 3 where the mistype is at, okay? So the ability 3 was the places block cooldowns, and then this is a specific text. It says, cannot be resisted, blocked, and cannot be removed. So to test this out, I'm gonna throw a champion in there who places up block debuffs, which is Siphi, and then we're gonna throw in a champion who does remove buffs to see, is this really the case? Does Umbral actually place a block cooldowns ability that can't be removed or resisted? Where's my Doom Priest at? Doom Priest, you guys are probably watching this right now and thinking, yo, Ty, you missed Doom Priest so many times. There she is. Okay. Make sure she's not too fast. Make sure this actually would work. 218. My Umbral is 223, so perfect. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe Siphi's speed boost may throw this off. But let's see how it works. All right, so she does this. So Umbral does have block debuffs up right now. We throw this onto Umbral. We provoke everybody over there. And look. Did you see that? It appears to me that unremovable debuff is actually perfectly removable. So let's go ahead and get back to her turn. Let's make sure this wasn't just like a visual glitch, okay? Let's make sure this wasn't a glitch where it shows it being removed. Oh, look, it's actually removed. So this makes Umbral go from a champion who places, so basically this was a 5-turn cooldown block. Okay, so basically what happens is you use this ability and you can't use anything other than her ability 1 at all. Like if you're using this provoke, you can't use this ability necessarily unless you're going to use this ability first, and then you can use this ability because it's a 5-turn cooldown. So you'd have to use the A2 before the A3 if that block cooldown skills was up. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. But then she has this ability, block buffs on the enemy team. Okay, so if you're watching this, you obviously, hopefully you're thinking, well, this is amazing in arena, right? Like if you're an early game player, this is tremendous. Okay, so you provoke the entire enemy team, you do some hits to them. If somehow they maybe resisted your provoke, but then you removed your block cooldowns from Umbral anyways, then she just places block buffs on the whole team. So the enemy speed booster, like say it's Apothecary or Siphi, whatever it may be, the enemy speed booster all of a sudden now doesn't place increased speed. He does a turn meter boost, but nothing else. Block buffs is an amazing ability. It's also super helpful on waves like faction war waves where they do the counterattacks. A lot of just dungeon waves in general. She's amazing for the provoke by herself. I'll make a champion guide on Umbral because I think she has a lot more to her skill sets that you could tie in with other things that makes her absolutely incredible. Now, this wouldn't be a fair test if I only did it with one champion. Let me go ahead and show you guys without Doom Priest in there. So we'll just do this, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about as far as the cooldown goes. Also, we'll test out another champion to see if they can remove it as well, or if it's just with just Doom Priest for some reason. Obviously, you want to make sure if you're doing a test, you want to make sure it's actually a fairly thorough test. Make sure it's not just one specific champion who works oddly, has an odd synergy. So as you can see here, for 5 whole turns, we're not able to do anything, okay? We're not able to do this, we're not able to do this. In order for this to work, we'd have to wait the 5 turns and then use the A2 first and then use the A3. So there's the point of that. Now let's jump out of here, the battle real quick. Let me jump in and show you with, who's another debuff removal? Cythalia, or not Cythalia. I wish I had Cythalia. We have Battle Sage, which I think my Battle Sage is a little bit faster than my Umbral. She is. So we'll just throw her in there. That's perfectly fine. We just won't use her debuff removal first. What I'll use here is just her A1. And then we'll provoke everybody. And then I will get her to, let's see. So she has the block cooldown skill up right now. Let's go ahead and try to remove everything. This places a 50% increased attack. It says it cannot be removed. I'm hoping that's true. It's a little more difficult to test that, but this says removes all debuffs on all allies. Let's see if it's true. Boom, it's removed. So apparently, it's actually a removable debuff. Now, just for one little extra thoroughness step, I guess you could say, I'm gonna go in here. My Umbral is geared for more so for arena, okay? Higher accuracy, pretty fast. Just for one last thing, I don't think this is gonna work, but I wanna show you guys a test with immunity gear on, okay? So the block debuffs didn't work. So I don't think this would work because all immunity gear does is provide a block debuffs ability on your champion. But I'm wondering if somehow this has a weird interaction with her. Like I said, I actually haven't tested this out yet, but as you can see, the Umbral, she does have immunity gear on, and she has the immunity set activated. Let's jump in here to the Doom Tower stage again, and go ahead and try this out. So, why would this be important, okay? If well, anywhere in the game, it doesn't really matter, especially early game. If you're going through dungeon, you're having a hard time, Umbral just became so much better, because now she can provoke everybody, and then use her ability too, which I assume hits pretty hard. I'll do some videos like that talking about her later on, actually testing how hard she can hit. But now it opens up so much more utility because she goes from being a very good tank to provoke everybody to now she has the utility of being able to actually use a lifesteal set and get a big heal from this attacks all enemies, or have another good CC, maybe throw a stun set on her. This is kind of some ideas you could use if you want to go ahead and build up your Umbral. So ultimately, guys, what I want you to take from this video is that, one, Umbral mixed with any debuff removal champion. Obviously, the immunity set didn't do anything there. It still applied the debuff. But Umbral mixed with a champion who removes debuffs does work. Now, I don't know how easily you could test the resistance. I could throw a resistance chestplate on her and maybe see. I mean, she has almost 200 resistance right now, okay? So I assume every part of this skill is correct, except for cannot be removed, because it definitely can be removed. So if you're wanting to build Umbral, or really any champion in general, make sure you actually test these things out to see if maybe there was a flaw in the text, because hey, this takes her from being a provoke champion and then a one trick pony to now a provoke champion with the block buffs, absolutely amazing in the arena, tremendous in just in general content. Another thing I was thinking of is, watch this. This is another little idea I was thinking of with Umbral. So I went in here real quick to test out another synergy that I was thinking of, and it didn't work exactly like I expected. it worked pretty close, but I want to show you guys something else that could be interesting and what you can actually do when you find out these cool champion synergies, these mistypes in the skills descriptions that you can definitely use for your advantage. So what I'm going to do here is use Umbral, Doom Priest, and Renegade. Now, if I would use Umbral, this is what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so obviously, if you weren't able to remove the block cooldowns debuff from Umbral, then whenever she gets the block cooldowns debuff right here, what's going to happen is she's not going to be able to use anything for 5 turns, okay? Even if you use this, decrease the cooldown by 2 turns, it doesn't matter. She can't use any ability whatsoever with any cooldown at all until that thing's off cooldown, okay? But if you remove that with Doom Priest, for example, or any other champion with a debuff removal, then Umbral's going to get her turn. 4 turn cooldown now. This is off cooldown. We would go ahead and use this, and now our Renegade can go ahead, reduce all the cooldowns by 2 turns. So we come back to Umbral. Let's see what she's looking like now. A few seconds, and here we got, okay, look, off cooldown. So that's incredible. So this makes Umbral go from being only able to use her A3 and then having to wait 5 turns before using anything else, to now she can use her A3, remove that debuff, have somebody like a Renegade, a Painkeeper, or anybody else who reduces cooldowns, Kaimar, reduce their cooldowns, and now all of a sudden Umbral can use her A2, then use her A3 again next turn. And if you have somebody like Doom Priest, Umbral never has the block cooldown skill on her at all. So this works with any champion that I've tested so far with a debuff removal. So if you have Umbral, or if you have another champion with like a specific skill text like that, definitely test it out. Very, very solid. Umbral just became much more impactful in my opinion. You can use her a lot easier in a lot of areas of the game. She has more utility, more set diversity, makes sense on her. I'm gonna make a video guide for her later on and kind of like some unique ways you can use her. But if you guys enjoyed this video, if you wanna see more like these, definitely leave a comment down below, like, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have a unique build, definitely send it over. I'd love to showcase it. I'd love to feature it. Like I said, this was an idea from Quirkzilla. I just tested out a few more things with it. I love it. I think she's gonna be great for a lot of people. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.